What are the dead giveaways? Well, they sound a little ominous. We have been building up all of the things in our toolboxes, all the craft that authors use, and these make writing stronger. We know that the more of these we add, the stronger the writing is. But what makes writing weaker? And why would we want to include these in our lessons? Well, here are some things that make writing worse. Vague writing. You know, where the writer can picture what they're thinking, but the reader can't see it at all. It's fuzzy, unclear. For example, he ate lunch but didn't really like it much. You get some sense of it, but you don't see much besides a murky image. Or the group did well at their event. We don't know who the group was or what the event was or how well they did, but we get a general vague sense of the idea. The second one of the dead giveaways is repetition. Repetition can weaken writing if it's used instead of development. But even though repetition can be a rhetorical device, readers want to know the next thought, not the same thought over and over and over. Here's an example. Playing soccer is a healthy thing to do. Someone who plays this sport is usually healthier after they start playing it. It can make a person healthier. Soccer can increase your healthiness. Soccer players have better checkups and stronger bodies than non-soccer players. That's why playing soccer is a healthy choice. It's circular. It says the same thing over and over. Repeating an idea is not the same as developing an idea. It's like being stuck in first gear. Another one of the dead giveaways is called throwaway writing. You've seen it. It's writing like, "Hi, my name is Gretchen. I'm going to tell you about, I honestly believe with all my heart. And now I'm going to conclude. Thank you for reading my paper." Well, what would happen if we took these out of a piece of writing? That piece of writing would just be stronger. Hence the name throwaway writing. You just throw that part away. Would you like to see an entire paper written with nothing but throwaway writing, just for some sort of perverse fun? Here it is, My Paper by Cindy Pena. This is the introduction of my paper. I'm not going to read it, but you could click pause if you want to read it yourself. It's pretty funny if you do it out loud. Next in our list of bad habits in writing, words in weird order. Well, what does that mean? You can tell in this one that the reader didn't read it out loud, because once a reader reads something out loud, they stop and make changes. For instance, as soon as he would have after eating his lunch, a nap he needed. Oh, a strange order. And the last one of the main 5 of dead giveaways is bad logic, where a reader has trouble understanding what the writer's saying because of some kind of logic problem. Would you like to see an example? Running down the street without a diaper, the mother chased her toddler. And you read it and say, what? Who didn't have on a diaper? Or this one, Shakespeare died in 1616 and wrote 39 plays. After he died? Those are bad logic. So we like to include those dead giveaways about what makes writing weaker right alongside the author's craft, those things that make writing stronger. And a really good revision process when you think you're finished with a paper is to look it over and find where you've been vague or you put repetition or you have any of the dead giveaways that you can either delete or convert over to something a little stronger. Finding the weak parts and turning them into strengths is the revision process. Back to the question, why would we want to teach these to our students? So they'll know it when they see it. If they have had some practice with these, then they recognize bad writing problems. They spot it. Also, so they will have a way to look for things in their own writing that could use some revision. It's not that they're bad. It's just that they're weaker than they could be. So what do we do about those? Well, let's start with the worst one. There are some actual exercises we can do to help kids be aware of and fix vague writing. And let's start with that one next.